Got MMEDF dropping here. Hopefully it dips to 250. I don't really want to buy it above 4. That's for sure. I hate the spread though. I mean, come on. With such high volume, there shouldn't be spread like this. It's ridiculous. Triple bottom at 405. Nice. But last thing you want to do is buy it there at 405, and then you get clap under 4. You don't get executed to like 480, 485, or 380, 385. Way better to be safe than sorry on a stock like MMEDF. You need to be a professional trader to trade at above 4, no doubt. Here we go. Interesting. Trying to hold it up here. I'm not touching it though. I don't touch it until it goes under 4. I mean, honestly, I hope it doesn't break today under 4. Then we get the true panic from 5 to 250 right at the open. That would be ideal. Sometimes when they panic in the day, they don't offer up a great bounce. Then you get like a decent little panic the next day with a super bounce because all those people are covering, or yeah, the shorts are covering and the longs are FOMO buying. 629 to 675. What do you think we hold here at 625? This takes precedence, I think. Oh, No, Phil. Cancel it. Good night, brother. Can't be having no Phils like that. That's pretty close, I think. About the top right there. Oh, fuck, I didn't. Alright, that's pretty slick, by the way. Pretty slick. Looked like they were going to fade it back under 380 there. Oh, look, there it is, 378. This is a tough one. This is extremely tough. But I only lost $6 on that. And I actually, let's see, what did I get in at? 82. So I should be up on that. But you felt the dip, that's the main thing. You just have to feel it. See, now it feels like 387 is about to go, which would send it right to 382, as you can see. And then there's some 386 buyers there. But I feel like it's going to dip. Truth be told, I want it to dip so I can get a chance at it again. So there, you could see that it was holding at 377, so I went for it. Did I get it for there at 389? Get out. Cancel. Might just go ahead and miss the whole damn thing here. Trying my best here, but this stock is just tough. Here's the next return. This is what I was hoping for. I gotta nail this one this time. Not missing it this time, damn it. So, 83, huh? Some 80s. Ooh, that was quick. Feels weird. Weird, 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 weird. This is extremely tough right here. It's taking all I have not to buy it right here. Super spready and weird. Seeing that you saw that size was at 384, now it's at 385. See, it's weird. But I'm in a good mind state. Only lost $6 on it. Can't complain. Ready to nail the next one if I can. I'd like to buy more than 1,000 shares, but scary. Nice little spread here. 76 by 80. Now it's back to 79 by 80. Interesting spot right here. I can't do it. It's too tough. I wanted to take 80 right there, but just didn't have it in me to do it. I felt like if I'd have bought 80 there, it easily could have just been down. But working well. Yeah, this is a tough one. But the real bounce is going to be at 250 anyways. That's why it's so tough here. See these bid stacks here at 390. Like hitting 396, but there's 391 on the app. Like, I mean, how's anybody supposed to do anything with it? There you go. Completely missed that one. Got the tape though, so definitely. Yep, another $400 right there. I think you have to build in small pieces, kinda. If you try to buy off one big shot, you kinda get shook. To kind of piece in, I think. Try that next time.
All right, what's going on, y'all? I'm gonna get started since there is so much going on here. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get any shares of MMEDF. I mean, I slapped it pretty damn hard there with a 3.8 limit when it started holding up nicely at like 3.7 area. Unfortunately, that happens sometimes with these dip buys. I just didn't get a fill, and instead of being frustrated and sulking on that part, what I did was go straight to RVVTF because it's pretty likely to have that same bounce. And once MMEDF's bouncing to VWAP, I probably won't take this one all the way to VWAP, or if I do, it won't be my entire position. But I did slap 30,000 shares at 52 or 50 and 51. My average is actually 50. It's actually like 50.505 or something like that, and I'm actually down to 1/3 of my size. I sold some into 54 and a half, and then I sold some at 56. And now I'm just gonna see if we can get all the way to the VWAP here with my last 10K shares. I will do that, but that's just a good way for me to, and for everybody to kind of switch gears when plan A doesn't go your way. So a nice little $1,000 added to the profits there. And today I didn't do too well during the chop. I tried really hard to give MMEDF a chance. I was pretty bearish on this thing near 4.9 after the fourth or fifth time of it stuffing there. and I didn't. Man, look at this thing. Just keep on going. I'll probably sell it right into 58 and be happy. 58, 59, 60. I won't even, I mean, who gives a fuck at this point? It's just pinching pennies, really. So I'll probably sell 57, 58, depending on how much momentum we have left. I'm not even going to mess with it, really. Yeah, fuck it. Just going to slap on him. So I'm out 57. Yep, all of it at 57. Isn't it a bit late? Isn't it a bit late day buy? Or it doesn't matter. You're going to have to clarify that one for me. I don't quite understand what's going on with that question. No time to go higher. Well, if you understand the hot sector and how the plays kind of coincide with each other, RVVTF follows MMEDF like like a shadow. So when I see this thing really doing, I mean, this was a pretty predictable area for it to hold right near green red. I missed the probably the most ideal, which was I would have been long probably 5 to 10K shares at 7.5 and been selling into this move, and that would have been a phenomenal profit for me, and that would have been just kind of a cherry on top for the day. Unfortunately, I didn't get that fill, so I went straight to RVVF, which you can see is doing the exact same bounce, which is again way higher than you'd expect it to go, simply because MMEDF is doing the same thing. So I was able to get a pretty good average there. I got chopped around a little bit with the MMEDF, and I tried a couple different dip buys in this area. I should have just waited for the really big test. I actually was short up here too from 4.5. And then when I tried dip buying it, I cut that short, which was really stupid. I should have just hedged that. Similar, if you guys watched the Huddy video that TJ posted in the mindset chat, if you watch that, and he did a similar thing on SHMP in that video where he did buy the panic, but he didn't want to ruin his short average, so he kept his short. It kind of hedged his bet. He still got to take that that nice profit on the dip, predictable bounce, and then sold his short or covered his short lower after that bounce was over. I should have done a similar thing. I would have been up a really nice profit there, probably $600, $700, $800 just on the side, which is a really big profit for my shorting accounts. I don't actually trade with much size, just 1K.
I'm gonna have to slap ARP.
But I did nail this. I did nail the thesis on RVVTF. I mistimed it a little bit. I wasn't sure if it was going to follow it perfectly. You can see it's almost nothing at this point, but I took some on this 51 break initially where volume perked, and then I got a little scared of a panic once we reached new lows here, 49, and then we immediately saved it, and I took 51 again, so I re-slapped it. So I might have been a little bit early, but no big deal. Took like $100, $200 loss to make another $1,000 or so on the day. I need to do a little bit better not getting caught in the shop midday like some of these plays are trying to tempt me to do. And I know that if I'm getting stuck in some shop, I know some of us might be doing the same thing. SWRM, nice little size play near VWAP. I am not playing this stock yet. I have not even watched it. I've been watching too much of the psychedelic sector just because of that's what's hot and that's what has volume. I cannot believe I sold ARCS in the 2s like an absolute moron, even though I thought that was a home run trade. Do I think it was a mistake trying OPTI today? Well, yes and no. Yes and no. The only reason I would say no is because you're focusing on something that's not currently hot, and that's not I wouldn't say that's the best strategy for making a lot of money on these big plays, because this is a sector that if we were focused on RVVTF, key levels, key dips, things like that, this trend change trigger here, you're making just easy money rather than fighting something that's has a terrible chart, has decent volume, but nothing that is overly exciting there. I wouldn't say it was a bad trade, just because it is following your process and following your strategy. So I would say there's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. Personally, I'd rather focus on what's hot and what's running big right now. And that's what I've been doing. So I actually did get a couple of shares of SHMP earlier today. I got it in the 19s and then added some at 20 on this dip. And now we're looking really nice for a 21 break. I'm going to watch this one closely through 21, and I might play with some ads, but I want to sit on this position for a little while just because of what, the potential that this thing has. And I know that RVVTF and some of these other stocks can probably bounce. I probably should have attacked SHRMF too. I just didn't, you got to pick your poison. For some reason, I have a really good feel for what RVVTF is doing, even though the bid and the ask are very strange. Level 2 is very weird. I just have a very good, have a great feel for it. And then sometimes you get that edge in certain stocks, and that's what I've been doing. Just kind of nailing that and just kind of use it as a trading app or just a trading vehicle, not really no longer a hot sector thesis anymore, just taking my predictable gains in certain spots. What's the plan on Shimp? What do you want to happen to the stock? So I was actually talking to Brigster about this one a little bit ago. SHMP, I'm pretty bummed I didn't get in on the initial breakout here in the 16-17 area, or at least didn't have the patience to hold through, because I did have some 17s, but it just failed miserably and I didn't know what it was going to do. Took my outfit with all the psychedelics. So I am, here comes 21. What I'm thinking here is I'm going to put some ads on just to see if we can get through 21 here, and I'll kind of mess around with those ads. I think 21 gets some decent slaps here, and we're already through. I ended up with a couple extra shares there, which is pretty nice. Nice little profit on that one. But what I would like to see is a nice push toward, like right now, since we're kind of on day 3 and we're starting to get that blow off top volume, blow off top type of price action. You can see the stair stepper really nice. I was hoping to catch this dip. It really proved itself nicely in this range. If you're watching my my screen, in my opinion, this really proved itself nicely in this where I'm boxing it. Not the cleanest little box for you, but this is what I was kind of looking at. So I'm going to probably try to look and sell this into the 22, 23, 24 range, especially my ads, just because I did buy it a little bit tall on this in this pattern. MMEDF looks like it just wants to keep on going. So I'm going to keep looking at RVVTF here. And I might even take some speculative buys in this region too. And trade it towards VWAP. But what I'd like to see for SHMP is to just pretty much speed up here. I think we're a little bit, I was not upset with this consolidating in this region right here before we got a nice little move, but I'd like to see somewhere between 22 and 25 by the end of the day for some, take some profits, lock some in along the way, and then yeah, I'm a little bit late to the pattern, but I wanted to be patient. If this was going to just hold around 19 or 20 today, was totally fine with holding it. But at this point, we got volume. We've got pretty decent spiking here through 22 and into 23. We should really see a speed up at some point, and I'd like to see that today. I don't really want to hold through too much more consolidation. I don't think we should have too much more of that. MMEDF just created a new high off of that bounce after it looked like it was pretty much toast. Looks like it's going to push to or through VWAP, but I'm not sure if that's going to allow RVV to follow as well. So I'm going to throw some sells in here into the 22s just for those ads, because I did get, a little top heavy there after I did that. And we'll see if we feel any pretty good slapping here. Volume's just starting to pick up, and I don't necessarily know where it's going to go. Again, my best trading is not typically on this day 4 or 5 of the breakout. Best entry is most likely through 17 when it finally reclaimed. So I took some profits there into 22.2, and I have another sell at 22.4. I'm just going to go ahead and see if I can sell into strength. I'm not going to, so I'm just sitting there pretty on the ask, and we'll see if they take it, and then I'll sit on the nice core of 50K, and we'll see what I do with it overnight. I might swing it, I'm not sure. There's a decent chance I swing it if we hold this 21.5, 22 area. But there is a lot. There is a lot going on. ARCS is coming off the highs a little bit, but this is not a panic I'm willing to take at this level. We're still in the upper like 10th of this pattern. Not a panic that I'm looking to get in on. I'm pretty sure upside's limited from this point on. After really exceeding my expectations, I really did think that trade into near 3 cents was a home run trade on this nice predictable swing, and now it's at almost 8 cents, or it was 8 cents a share. So I feel like a bum, but at the same time, I can't really complain too much. We got some real gifts on these gaps today. And I don't like, a lot of you guys are trading GTSIF. I have no feel for this play. I haven't even watched it once. Just too much going on elsewhere. MMEDF just keeps on spiking, man. Damn, that's unbelievable.
I got 5.6.
I got executed some SHMP at 2.4. Not my full size, but about 3/4 of that piece. And then I'll be sitting nicely on about 50,000 share position from 20. Actually, exactly 20. This is kind of what I anticipated, though. We have seen SHMP move pretty good. This is that lightsaber topping that I kind of was looking for to sell some strength into, or sell into some strength. Now I'm going to just go ahead and play it safe and lock in my predictable profits. I'm going to sit on a core. My core is like 19.9 for the 30K. Not my best entry, not my best average, but a nice little setup anyway. I'm willing to take a little bit wider of a risk on this because of the nice pattern and the history of running. And if we go parabolic into the 23s, I'll just continue to take off pieces, 10K pieces along the way. And I'll just go ahead and set those like right now. We have some decent size popping up on the ask there. And I'm just going to, again, just keep playing safe. This is definitely my favorite time of the day, power hour. I think I might try to get down to like 30 or 40K for a swing. Especially if we close this strong. All right, so pretty comfortable with that. MMEDF just keeps on going. So what I'm going to do here is take a speculative couple of positions here on RVV. See if we can get a move through 56, 57, 58, 59, and then we'll kind of go from there. Pretty nice bids there. Again, this is just a complete reflection of what we're seeing on MMEDF, and MMEDF just created new highs and it just broke through VWAP. So I'm going to give this one a chance over here, my favorite play, to follow suit. Some pretty big soaking ETRF right there. I don't love that, so I might take a loss on this, unfortunately, if it doesn't lift at some point. But if that lifts, then it shouldn't have any problem getting to 58 plus. I hate buying into soaking, though. It's like my biggest pet peeve of all time. You just can't predict that, unfortunately. It was a really good thesis, too. I'm going to give it a chance here through 55 and, this high 54s, and I'll probably cut it under 50. Those high 54s, and that's just going to be an incorrect thesis, or it'll be just a little slow and we'll bust right through. Again, probably not the most ideal trade, but something that I'm going to keep milking until it no longer is providing me a good profit and good, predictable opportunity. MMEDF is fucking unreal. 10K shares from 75 up to here is just, it's another massive profit. Would never have held that long, but again, easy predictable profits right off to red green too. Such a nice little area to dip by a panic like that. And big bummer there. 55.12. just eating size, eating all kinds of shares. So they're either loading up or they're just getting a bunch of sells off from last night and the day before. Yeah, that's pretty ugly. That's not my favorite price action, but I'm going to give it a chance. I bought the stock at a weird level. I probably deserve to take a loss on it, so I'll stick to my original plan here. I trimmed a third of my position off there, just not liking what I'm seeing. TRF looks to be like a solid wall. All right, so I'm pretty much out of that position. I'm sitting on a 10K piece for 55, and I will look to either sell it below these bids that are working hard, or I'll probably add through 55, 56, and just keep on taking those predictable signals. SHMP coming down pretty hard, kind of like I expected. We've seen this before, and that's why I lock in predictable gains. Potentially an add down here, actually. I wouldn't be opposed to getting some more shares right off high day here, 21.2, 21.3. Let's see how the bid supports it here, because if we lose it big time down to 20 or into the 20s, I'd probably load up some more shares. And that's a trend change, in my opinion, on RVBTF. And that's not necessarily a price action trend change. That's just a characteristic trend change. So there's some pretty big money that are either taking off a lot of shares or something. But I just added a piece right there, SHNP. I kind of like that. That add in the big dip. RSCF, pretty bummed about this one too. I tried to short this one this morning. No shares to short. Probably got to get up a lot earlier than that, especially dealing with these big players locating hundreds of thousands of shares. How's everybody else doing today, though? I'm curious. It's been a little bit. I have not been watching too closely who's been in what or who's seeing what and whatnot. Nice. So you've been sitting on SHMP for a little while, haven't you? For at least a day or two. And now look at that, out down below the 20s. Big drop. Bummer. I had a position down there near. I put it at 2.7. That'd have been a fun little fill, but that's all right. Through 21.3, probably bounced pretty nicely. I'll again take some shares off. My goal is to swing 30 to 40K on this one if it wants to hold up. If not, I'll just cut it for whatever I want to do. And yeah, a lot of guys are adding back into this 21 area. I was a little bit early on my first add at 21.3, but I'm not going to pinch too many pennies there. It's like a $30 difference. or be doing the complete opposite of what MMEDF just did. Instead of making new highs and pushing VWAP, it looks like it's going to take a one last little dive here to 54. So I'm pretty much done with that one, I think, for the day. And I think I'll pretty much just be watching SHMP. Maybe I'll end up swinging 50K of SHMP if we get a nice little hold here. Pretty good average, so even if it gaps down and fails, I would be looking pretty good. Today's gone by super quick too. I feel like this hasn't been my typical long ass day that we've had. This has been a little bit different for me mentally, at least. But my God, that was the longest weekend of my life. I swear to God, I was so ready for Monday by the time Friday was over. Nice push there, SHMP. Pretty predictable. I like when breakouts are like this, and SHMP typically offers pretty easy trades for the most part. Down towards. And this is something I've been very, very bad at. So I'm sure you guys have noticed my effort in dip buying these plays instead of chasing strength. Was pretty happy to get some shares in this region a while ago. I took some on this dip here, I think, too. So pretty happy with that. It does open up a lot more possibilities.